Good evening, friends. Today we will be starting this NISM Series 8 certification classes. This daily I will be posting one video about this NISM certification, that is Series 8, which is titled Equity Derivatives. So this Series 8 certification is necessary for all people working in the stock broking area. It is like a pharmacy certification, where to open a pharmacy shop you need the certification, B Pharmacy certification, like that. So here, this NISM Series 8 Equity Derivative Certification, we will see the contents of this certification. Let me share the screen for you. So the slides are available here. Let me see where these slides are available for us. Yes, you have the slides here. But before that, let me show you the syllabus also. So if you have this syllabus, if you see the equity derivatives syllabus, you have what you, let me go to this. Yes. So if you see this NISM Series 8 certification, now you have the examination pattern here. So the syllabus is, the first objective is to know the basics of Indian equity derivatives market and understand various trading strategies that can be built using futures and options on both stocks and stock indices. And next objective is understand the clearing, settlement, and risk management, as well as the operational mechanism related to equity derivatives. And also know the regulatory environment in which equity derivatives markets operate in India. So how the assessment structure is, so this is 100 marks consisting of 100 questions of 1 mark. So, and this should be completed in 2 hours time. So there is a negative marking also, 25%, and passing score is 60%. So it is a bit, no, on the because of negative marking, it is a bit complicated. Otherwise, it is a very straightforward questions are there. We can easily, pass if you have interest and you show some, market understanding. So now, if you see what are the contents in this NISM workbook, is first chapter 1 is basics of derivatives. Chapter 2 is understanding index. Chapter 3 is introduction to forwards and futures. Chapter 4, introduction to options. Chapter 5, option trading strategies. Chapter 6 is introduction to trading systems. Chapter 7, clearing and settlement system. 8, legal and regulatory environment. 9, accounting and taxation. 10, sales practices fund. investor protection services. Now we will see this basics of derivatives. So in this basics of derivatives, what we have to study is what are the meaning of derivatives, types of derivative products, history of derivatives market, significance of derivative markets, risks in derivatives trading. So now let us see the PPT for this chapter 1 I will be sharing with you. So if you see here, this is how the let me see this PPTs, that is the slides here. So equity derivatives. So we have also discussed earlier videos also, but now I want to go in a more formal way, whereby we'll be sharing one video for the specifically for this NISM Series 8 examination. So now if you see the definition of derivative, so derivative is a contract. A derivatives contract is a contract or a product whose value is derived from value of some other asset known as the underlying. So these derivatives are based on wide range of underlying assets. That means this derivative contract is built upon some other asset or is called underlying. Derivative is not an asset. Derivative is a contract. Whereas a stock or share, equity share is a asset. You have to understand the fundamental difference between asset and a contract. Now, what I mean by equity share? Suppose Reliance share is there. Reliance share is an asset. Why, when we call an asset, what do you mean by an asset? Reliance share, you can go and buy the Reliance share and keep it in your home, and the asset can give you some returns. So Reliance share, what type of returns Reliance share give? Reliance shares gives dividend. And if it increases in price, you can get capital gains and you can take home the Reliance share and keep it in your Birua or Almirah. But whereas derivatives is a contract. The contract has a fixed life. So we have derivatives of 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. So maximum 3 months contracts are available in India. And now, what is this? But the difference between asset and derivatives contract is asset has no fixed life. As a going concern, this is life of the Reliance share is infinity. Whereas derivatives contract has to be expired. The derivatives contracts by design, they expire at the end of that their lifetime. So it may be 1 month means is last Thursday of that month. Every contract expires. Okay. So that is the difference between the asset and derivatives. So all derivatives contracts prices depends upon the underlying asset. The underlying asset can be a share, it can be an index like Nifty, Bank Nifty, it can be wide range of underlying assets as we have seen in the slide. So you see you can have metals such as and there is a derivatives products on metals like gold, silver, aluminum, copper, zinc, nickel. So you have a gold contract, silver contract, all these contracts. And also energy resources like oil, gas, coal, electricity, even one of the oil and natural gas are one of the top traded contracts and most volatile contracts. No, why, unless, why volatility is a friend of the traders. Unless volatility is there, traders don't go to that markets. The volatility is a double-edged sword. It can give you losses and it can give you profits. But unless there is a volatility is there, the market is dead. So prices keep on fluctuation. Unless there is a fluctuation in prices, the market can't survive. It has huge infrastructure to support. It has market infrastructure, basically from brokers to exchanges to infrastructure institutions, clearing corporations, depositories, custodians, clearing members, trading members. All this infrastructure has to be supported by only with the volume of the trade. The volume has to be generated, and the volume, you have a lot of things in the market, like, you have a brokerage, taxes, and government taxes, stamp duties, service taxes, and all these is a huge friction generated in the market. Huge amount of slippage, or what you call huge amount of cost is involved in running the market infrastructure. So you have huge, even agri commodities. You have sugar, coffee, cotton, pulses. All these things are traded. So that means contracts based on these underlyings. And now we have, even in advanced countries, you can see even volatility based contracts are also there. If there is a volatility index and there is a derivatives on that volatility index, so you can that it is like a betting. It is like a side betting. What you call, if you see in the cricket, some people will be playing. You will be betting on whether he scores a six, whether this team goes into all these type of permutations and combinations are there. And of course, financial assets such as shares, bonds, and foreign exchange. So these are the huge contracts are being traded. And if you see, almost 90% of the trading is generated by the derivatives market, or what we call futures and options market. And that's why because some of the feature, why this huge volume is coming in the F&O market. Some of the things like, we have in India, if you see, of course, in the world over also, there are a lot of discount brokers have come. That means the brokerage has been reduced abnormally. And that's why there is one of the reasons, like suppose Zerodha, stocks, Angel, some of these brokerages, they are offering very low brokerages, and youth have entered into these markets. So generally they love volatility, they love leverage. So you can say leverage is very dangerous. So because derivatives offer leverage. And one of the basic functions of derivatives is what you call, suppose the Reliance asset. So we'll come into the next chapters, but you see, if the Reliance share is say 2,000 rupees, to buy 50 shares of Reliance, you require 1 lakh rupees. But if the Reliance contract, Reliance futures contract, assuming it is for 1 lakh, so you will be requiring only 20,000. So there is an inbuilt leverage. That means with 20,000 rupees, you can control a 1 lakh worth of Reliance share. So if the Reliance price movement is suppose 10 rupees, so in the cash market or spot market, you will get 500 rupees. Where in the futures also you will get 500 rupees, but on 20,000 rupees as investment, or what we call is an upfront margin, you will get huge return. We will go into details in other. If you see some of the factors, driving the growth of financial derivatives, increased fluctuations in underlying asset prices in financial markets. So what these derivatives gives us an instrument to play with the asset prices. So now the derivative can help us to manage the risk. Is it not? That means you can go both short and long easily in the derivatives market. Whereas in the cash market or the spot market, it's not easy to go short. So derivatives market will help you to express both positive opinion and negative opinion seamlessly. See, suppose I want to express a negative opinion on the Reliance share. So I feel that Reliance share will fall. So what normal I have to do? I have to sell the share. So shorting is possible only in the derivatives market, because even if you don't have the Reliance shares, you can go to the derivatives market and take a short position, and you can come after whatever. If your view realizes, you can close the position and take your profit. So what I mean to say here is, because of the fluctuations, derivatives have become very popular. So you can do for speculation, you can do for risk management, you can do for, you can use these derivatives for expressing your negative opinion, which is not easily possible in the cash market or spot market, because you need shares, or you have to go for some other securities lending and borrowing mechanism, which is costly and very, sometimes it may be painful. And one more thing is integration of financial markets globally. So now you have what you call, it is like a 24/7 market, where Indian market closes and again European markets open. And when European markets open, US markets, European markets close, your US market opens. And when US market closes, other Asian markets like Hong Kong and Japan open. And then why how they are integrated is through indexes, where the index trading is global. And index trading is being done in some of the exchanges 24/7. Like you have Eurex, CME, SGX, and your Nifty is traded in Singapore. So all these things, use of latest technology has helped in reduction of transaction costs. Latest technology in communications, that means now you see the transaction costs have come down very drastically. Now earlier they used to charge 2% commission. Now you are having only 0.02%. That means 1/100th of the transaction cost. And these are all various. And if you see what are the various types of derivatives, you have forwards and futures. I think we will elaborately discuss in the next video these types of derivatives. Thank you. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, you can give it in the chat section. Thank you very much.